Hello, Tiara here. On to day 14, right? Yeah, 14. I have somehow lost the sketch. However, I print a copy and keep it in my wee binder here. So it is this one with the arrows by Nikki, Ihus. So it's a series of arrows, one square photo, and a little just touch of embellishment. Oh, it looks like either confetti or sequins or some splatter there. So, what I had talked about when I made the page kit was using this paper and maybe hand sewing some arrows or something on it. And I had it like going this way to kind of mimic the arrows. So I have done a bit of prep work here. I shall set that sheet aside and bring out this one. What I did was I went into Silhouette and I got a, it's not showing up very well. Let's do this. Yeah. So I put a series of arrows on a file, whatever. Created a file with a bunch of arrows, different sizes, and die cut this piece out. And I'm going to keep this to use like a stencil, or I might use it as a background. I haven't decided. Then what I did was I decided which ones I wanted die cut and which ones I wanted to sew. So I kind of chose these three to sew, flipped the paper over, put this one on top, and drew with pencil on the back. And then I was able to take my pin and poke the holes so that I could sew a few different arrows. And I could have gone with coordinating colors, like I could have had the pink up here and but I wanted it to stick out a little bit. Then I made a shaker pocket with acetate as the front and the back so that you could see the background of the paper, like so. And then I took a few scraps of paper to fill in a few of them. And I did pop them up on foam adhesive so that you would have the shadow in there. So let's see. This was the back of this, and I did a bit of a boo-boo. I was like, okay, I can gut this chunk, like whatever is behind this chunk, because it's not cut out. So I I cut it way too big, so like I was hoping to use this as my background with just that piece missing, but then when I laid it on top, you can see where I kind of was a little overzealous with the cutting. So luckily I have another sheet from another kit. Hopefully I can make that work in the other kit, page kit. I guess we'll find out. Anyway, that live and learn, live and learn. So what I have left for scraps then from the previous layout is, so we're going to use that for our background. Good enough. And I don't think I'm going to distress or ink the edges on this one, which is unusual for me. So I had that left from the last layout. I don't think I'm going to use that. It's just this little piece. Trying to pull through my scraps as I go so that you're not cutting into full pieces, and then at the end you're not left with near as many scraps. So this one has to go back into another layout that I pulled that, or page kit that I pulled out just to demonstrate, so I could be like, ooh, look at, okay. This is the photo I'm going to use. This is our niece's husband. So he'll go there. And then I pulled an extra piece that I hadn't pulled previous And I think I'm gonna mat with, this is one mat, and then the back is one mat, and I don't know which. I think probably the blue on the outside, right? Yeah. So we'll do like a layer of this and then a thin layer of blue on the outside. So then as far as scraps from what I had before, so this came from, I was able to use, this was from the last layout, so I did one arrow in this side and one arrow in this side. This was the back of this chunk that I took out of that other piece. So that's there. And then this is just the actual background showing through as the extra one. And then you can see a bit of it through the shaker pocket. And this was using the sequin, or the confetti mix from this month. And I have to get another one because I've already used most of it, and this is only the second layout. And I was actually really stingy with them here because I didn't, just in case I couldn't get another one. So far, I think we're coming up pretty close to this sketch, right? So it's calling for just some embellishments here, and a title there with a bit of embellishing underneath. So I am going to mat this, cut off this branding strip, and fasten this down, and then we'll come back and embellish it. 1 second. Okay, I got working at it and I just didn't stop. So, let's see. I didn't mention, I don't think, that the embroidery floss is from the Joy add-on kit. It was a tag kit from Paige Evans. I can't remember if Tracy said if any were left in the shop, but if there are, grab them. So what did we do? So the thing is, I couldn't find my sketch, right? And on the back of the sketches is where I would write what my 3 things that I were gonna use. So number 14, fortunately I had a list set aside so I didn't have to start from scratch. But so it was like tags, thread, and twine. So tags, I made my own tags from scraps. So 1, 2, 3, and then I have this punch. It's a We Are punch, and then the matching hole punch. So these two, the 2 smaller ones, were made with that, and then this one was made with just wide enough to contain, it was from one of the 4x4 cut aparts in the kit, and I just trimmed it out and plunked it on there. I used like little bits of the fussy cut florals to embellish around them, die cutter too. These XOXOs, it was a long strip with 4 sets of different colors, so I just cut them apart. These little bits here are from the stickers as well, so I've got bits of that left. And then I also used a bit of the chipboard here and there, and I did some splatters with the Vicky Bouton watercolors. But I think that's it. So tags, twine, I think this is really old twine, but I think it's twinery twine. And then for the thread, I'm kind of being loosey with that. I'm calling this embroidery instead of floss, embroidery thread. I have heard it called that, so I'm not making that up. So anyway, pretty close to the sketch, right? I'm okay with that. Yeah. I used the arrows. I used kind of the whole layout. Like there's nothing, I didn't use like the rows of arrows like she had, Nikki had, but I think it's pretty close and I'm pretty happy with that. So that was with the new kit from Mercy Tiara, the Sunshine Kit. So that's my second layout with that, and I am loving it. And I went a little less on the embellishments, but I'm happy with it. Happy with my little shaker. I'm happy with my die cuts and my stitching. This one took quite a while actually, by the time you figure all the die cutting and the stitching and the shaker pocket, but I love how it turned out, and I love how all the colors look together. So anyway, that's it for day 14. Thank you again to was it Inez? No, Jesus. Nikki. Sorry, Nikki. I'll link her information below, and thanks very much. We'll talk to you later. Bye.